The Denver Broncos are moving into offseason mode as they have signed multiple players to futures contracts. But before we talk about that, guys, I have a very exciting announcement. Broncos Syndicate is going to the East-West Shrine Bowl in Dallas, Texas. I will be heading down there, attending the practices in person, getting a look at future Denver Broncos in action. It's a college football all-star game for players coming into the draft. It's kind of the co-event to the Senior Bowl, but it's getting as much recognition as the Senior Bowl is now. Shedeur Sanders, he's going to be down there. Travis Hunter, he's going to be down there. Shiloh Sanders, he's going to be down there. Obviously, none of those guys really have chances of being Broncos. Well, I guess maybe technically Shiloh, but Shedeur and Travis, obviously not. It's going to be cool seeing those guys in action, but I'm going to be there to get a look at tight ends, running backs, receivers, linebackers, safeties, all of the positions of need for the Denver Broncos. I'm really excited. I believe it's going to be 100 plus players at this event from all different schools across the country. So it's going to be a really cool opportunity to get a look at players who are going to be coming into the draft. And I guarantee you that I will be seeing a couple of future Denver Broncos in action in these practices. So a really cool opportunity. And I want to thank you guys for making that possible for me by liking these videos, watching these videos, subscribing to the channel. All of those things help us out so much, and it leads to opportunities like this where I get to bring you guys coverage from a pristine event such as the Shrine Bowl. But back to your regularly scheduled content, guys. I want to go ahead and bring in this article from the Denver Broncos announcing 13 players from the practice squad who the team is bringing back on futures contracts. Those contracts will start once the offseason activities for the Denver Broncos start here in a couple of months. Those players are KJ Cloyd, Andrew Farmer, Nick Gargiulo, Matt Henningsen, Tanner McAllister, Jordan Miller, Quentin Newsome, A.T. Perry, Will Sherman, Keidron Smith, Reese Taylor, Calvin Throckmorton, and Thomas Yasmin. Out of those 13 players, 4 of them saw action in the regular season for the Broncos. Tanner McAllister, Keidron Smith, Reese Taylor, and Calvin Throckmorton. So all 4 of those guys made an impact. Several other of these players were elevated at various points throughout the year in order to get them game checks to reward them for all of their hard work on the practice squad. And now they will all have the opportunity to come back to compete for a spot either on the active roster or, at worst case scenario, back on the practice squad. There were 4 players that the Denver Broncos had on their practice squad this year that they opted not to re-sign to futures deals. I want to go ahead and bring that tweet in from myself, actually. Wide receiver Michael Bandy, offensive tackle Cam Fleming, who signed back midway through the year, tight end Donald Parham, and wide receiver David Sills. I know that a lot of people in Broncos country wanted to see what Donald Parham had in the tank, but he never ultimately was elevated even one time for the Denver Broncos this year, so they're going to go ahead and let him walk, explore other opportunities. For all we know, Cam Fleming might be back at some point in the future just to add some depth on the offensive line. And then Bandy, he's been here a couple of years. They're going to let him walk away and see if he can explore some other opportunities elsewhere. Maybe he might end up going to the UFL again. He spent some time with the Houston Roughnecks, so that is very possible. And then David Sills, he spent some time with us, but never really got any significant action for the team, so they're going to let him explore other opportunities as well and clear these roster spots for younger players coming in. I would not be surprised at all if they have a tryout here and maybe sign a few more players to futures contracts or sign a few more players once the offseason activities officially get started. So, yeah, guys, we are in full-blown offseason mode here for the Denver Broncos. Alright everyone, be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe to the channel, and until next time guys, I'm your host Gage Madrid, saying peace out.